So this video is going to be all about creating a reference sketch for you to build your illustration from. Now, all of my work created in one of two ways. It's either created from reference images, which will be supplied by a client, or it'll be created from a blank canvas where I build up a sketch which will then be sent to the client to approve for composition and things like that. So this video, we're just going to be looking at creating a compositional sketch. I'll do another video on working with reference images at a later stage. But in this video, what we're going to do is just work from a blank canvas, and we're going to build up a rough sketch and then add a bit more detail into that sketch to get it to a stage where it's suitable to send to a client and hopefully convey your idea for the final illustration. So let's get into the video and start creating our sketch. The build and sketch process that I use is the same process that I use to create all of my illustrations. So by all means follow along in the video where I'm going to show you how I create a particular piece from scratch, but you don't necessarily have to create that same specific piece. I'm just showing you the process and how I go about creating that build and sketch layer. So here you'll see just a few other examples of other pieces that I've worked up. So here's the build layer for this piece, and then the sketch layer on top, where you can see I've built up from that build layer and just worked in still a very rough sketch, but it just takes the work to a stage where it's more suitable to send over to a client. You want to get the piece of work to a suitable stage that you can present to the client so they can get an understanding of what it is that you're trying to create. They can approve that composition, and then you can go in and work in the more detail with your line work and your inking. We're going to go ahead and set up our artboard here. I'm just going to set up an A3 document because I'm going to work on an A3 poster, which was part of a brief from a recent project. Which is going to be a drawing of a car racing at speed for the Bahrain Golf 12-hour race poster. Now, with the sketching process, there's several different layers to it. So we're just going to set up a new layer here called Build, and this is going to be our first stage of our illustration. Now, this stage is super rough. We're going to be working with really basic geometric shapes just to play around to see what's working, put in a basic perspective grid, and just roughly plot where we want key elements to be. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in a really basic perspective grid, which is going to form the skeleton of our illustration. So as you can see from here, I'm just taking really basic lines off to a vanishing point over here on the left hand side. This is going to be our perspective grid, so all of our lines will taper off towards this vanishing point over here. Now, this really just comes from experience. There's not necessarily any right or wrong way to go about doing this. Obviously, having created a lot of illustrations in the past, I've got an idea of where I want my perspective grid to be and what works well. Generally, this left to right composition works really well. It pulls the eye in and creates quite a dynamic image. Obviously, have a play around, see what works well for you and your style and the type of imagery that you want to create. So this is our basic grid created over here. I'm just going to select all of that and set the opacity back just a little bit so it's not as heavy. And now what we're going to work with is just creating very basic geometric shapes, like I said, for our car in the center here. Now, as you can see, all of these lines, so this line here, for example, tapers off to our vanishing point, and this line here obviously tapers off to our vanishing point. So you can see how we're using those vanishing points to create a grid, and already we've got a very basic rectangle, which is going to form the body of our car. And it's following our perspective grid, so we know it's going to tie in with the rest of the image. Now, using the same process, I'm just going to go ahead and create a second box on the top here, which is just going to form where the windscreen will be. Again, we're working very rough, simple geometric shapes here, not making it too complicated. I'm going to drop in a couple of ellipses down here, which is going to form the positioning for our wheels. Rotate those to ensure that our center point matches our perspective grid. We can duplicate that to the back here as well. And again, you can see how I'm using these guides to ensure my perspective remains correct. Now, I want this line here is actually going to form the top of my wall. So obviously behind the car, there is going to be a wall, and I want this line here to be the basis for the road itself that the car is going to sit on. Now, behind the car and behind the wall in the background, I'm going to have the iconic viewing tower, which was part of the brief that they wanted in there. So again, using very simple geometric shapes, I'm just going to create a rough tower in the background here. Not worrying too much about any detail or anything at this stage, just very basic shapes. I'm going to give myself a couple of guides along the actual tower itself. which will come in handy later on. And I think there looks very rough and very basic, but I'm happy with how that composition is going to work. It leaves me a lot of space up the top here for if I need to put any text or logos at the top. I've also got space down the bottom should I need to put anything down there. And of course, once I start working up the sketch in more detail, I can move these elements up and down and move them all around depending on how the composition is sitting. But I'm happy with how that's looking for the time being. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to select all of this again and knock the opacity back again to around 50%, just so it's a bit softer so I can see what I'm working with. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up a new layer above this one, and this is going to be our first stage of sketching. So we're just going to call that sketching. Set it above it. We can go ahead and lock our build layer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start using the black color now, just to differentiate it from my sketch below. And what I'm going to do now is still working very rough, but where our car at the moment is ultimately a box shape, we just want to smoothen that off and round that off. So I'm just going to take some of these edges that I've got using my box below as a guide and just start rounding off some of these features. Obviously, if you're working for a specific car to have your drawing look like a specific car, then you can use some reference images for this to make sure that it's accurate. But what I'm going to be doing is just working in some rough shapes here. Now I'm going to use my wheels as a guide again. This time I'm just going to add in a little bit more detail. So where we've got the shape of the wheel, I'm now going to have the shape of the tyre. I'm also going to add in the centre of the wheel, so the wheel hub. And we can do the same for the rear wheel. Now you can already see this box shape now has started to become a lot rounder. Again, I'm not worrying too much about any real detail at this stage. I'm just curving some of these details off. So our windscreen up here would be curved, and we'd have the early sections of a wheel arch in here. Obviously we would have our floor coming through. And what that's done now, if we switch between our layers, you can see how we've just gone from a very basic geometric box shape to having something that's just a little bit more stylized and more realistic. Obviously we've got our wall between here, so following our same guides that I had before, I'm going to draw in the wall and obviously delete out the section that would be hidden behind the car. And do the same for the floor. Obviously none of that would be hidden because the car is on the floor, so you'd see all of the floor. Now for our tower, just going to take the ellipse tool, following our grid that we created up here, I'm just going to create the basic bands which go around the tower. Again, if you're drawing something that needs to be accurate to a particular building or person or car or whatever it is, so use reference images to make sure you get that accuracy. Just going to duplicate this up. Give myself a couple of levels. Again, we're still working very rough at this stage, but we can see how our geometric guide is now taking a bit more life and a bit more structure. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm happy with how that's looking. Obviously, like I said, it's very rough, but I think it's coming together well. I'm just going to go in and just basically start working in more and more detail on this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start adding in some more detail to this car. Again, using some reference images if you're working to something that needs to be particularly accurate. So right now I'm just working around the wheel arch, adding in a bit of detail along there. You may have noticed over on the right hand side here, I've got one of my own brushes. This is my sketching brush that I use here. I'm going to create a tutorial at a later stage to talk to you about brushes, show you the brushes that I use, how I create them, and help you to create your own brushes as well. So like I said, I'm just working in some very rough detail along here now. Now, obviously for this particular piece where I've got this vanishing point over here, any lines that you draw in that are horizontal lines, you really want them vanishing off to that same vanishing point, just to keep your perspective grid working well. So in the interest of time, I'm just going to go ahead and speed up this video so you can see what I'm doing, just adding in more detail, and I'll catch up with you in a moment. So I'm happy with how that's looking. I mean, obviously it's still very rough, it's still a sketch. We're not worrying about inking or worrying about our line work in any way really at this stage. We're just building rough construction lines. Now I'm going to create videos breaking down each process in much more detail, as I've done here for the sketch work. So we're going to a later video, we're going to a tutorial on inking and what to really focus on there. But for the time being, as a rough draft sketch, I'm really happy with how this is looking. If we go back to our build layer here, we can see how we've gone from this very basic box shape and just been gradually adding in more detail. It could be quite daunting to see where do you start, what bits do you focus on, and that's why breaking it down into real basic shapes, geometric shapes, really helps you build it up layer by layer. Like I said, this process is a process that I use for nearly all of my illustration work, so by all means feel free to go along and replicate the illustration that I've just been creating, the sketch work for the car. But this isn't a tutorial to show you how to create that specific illustration, it's to show you the process that I use to build up all of my illustration work from scratch. So if we go ahead and look at this portrait illustration, for example, you can see here my build layer, very, very rough. You can see I've got my construction lines here. I've got this circle, which has formed the skull. I've got a center line down here. This line down here has basically formed the jaw line. And from there, I've got the tapered lines going down for the shoulders. And from there, you can see, well, I've just added in a few minor bits of detail to create a build layer. Very, very rough, but that helps you not get bogged down with detail and focus on really the positioning and the scale of these elements. Then if I turn on my sketch layer, still very, very rough, but you can see that I've still used that build layer underneath to form almost like a skeleton for my drawing. And then the sketch, still very rough, low detail, just working up from that build layer to get to a drawing that's more representable that I could potentially send to a client to say, this is my idea. So just out of interest, like I said, we'll go into inking in another video in much more detail, because inking in itself is quite a complex stage. But if I just show you the inking layer, for example here, you can see where I've gone from that sketch onto the inking layer. But like I said, don't worry too much about that at the moment. This is just to show you another example of how using those same core principles you can create your illustration. Here's another piece where you can see I've got the real basic build there, just using simple geometric shapes. I've then taken that a stage further by adding in some detail. It's still very rough. If I turn off my build layer, you can still see it's a very rough sketch, but it's definitely strong enough that you can send that over to the client. They'll get an understanding of the positioning and the composition, and they can approve it hopefully before you get started on investing too much time and effort going into detail in real high level. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been helpful. Hopefully it helps to show you more of my process of how you go from blank canvas to creating some really simple basic geometric shapes, getting a composition that you're happy with, then working in a bit more detail without getting yourself bogged down still with a very rough sketch. I'm really enjoying creating these videos. I look forward to seeing what work you create off of the back of them, and I'll see you on the next video.